in lieu of time, and knowing that this is also recorded, and everything that I'm saying, I will throw in the chat as well. Welcome to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling. If you are going to be here live, the way that you ask a question is by hitting that Q&A that's at the top or bottom of your screen. Our panelists cannot see or hear you, so that Q&A button is extremely important to ask questions and get an answer during this 45-minute session. This is the last session for tonight for this particular virtual fair, but there will be more in the future, and you are able to access a recording of this fair and all the other ones, including everything in the chats at StriveScan's website. And I will also put that link into the chat for you as well. Being mindful of time, we are going to kick it off with University of San Diego.
Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew Alstremia-Spiritu. I am a transfer admissions counselor here at the University of San Diego. Give me a minute. I'm going to share my slides, and then we'll start. So first and foremost, this is a picture of our beautiful campus facing eastward. I definitely recommend that you all should visit our campus at some point in time, especially if you are eyeing schools in San Diego or in Southern California as a whole. Our school is very walkable in that, you know, if you're walking with a purpose and if you're very determined, you can actually get from one end of our campus, the west side, to the east side, because it is on a strip, in 15 to 20 minutes. It really just depends. This is a brief snapshot of our school. So we are known as a mid-sized institution, believe it or not, and that we have less than just under 6,000 undergraduate students on our campus. Now, how many of those students are or identify as transfer students? Approximately 28%. And I would say the majority of them, roughly around 85%, are coming from California community colleges, whereas everyone else is coming from either a four-year school or a community college outside of the state of California. So if you're finding yourself as a transfer student, you know, at USD, just know that you're not the only transfer student at the University of San Diego. As far as demographics, you know, we have students from all across the world, all across the nation on our campus. And being a independently governed Catholic school, a lot of students assume that, you know, the majority of our student body identify as Catholic. That couldn't be far from the truth. And only 40% of our student body identify as Catholic. We have students from all faith traditions represented on our campus. As you can see, we are the #6 most beautiful campus in the nation. This is kind of, well, this is our campus facing northwest. It doesn't really do it justice so much, only because the road that you kind of see here no longer exists. That actually has been replaced by a formalized quad area. So all that is like grass and walking paths that take students from the east side of campus to the west side of campus. And beyond that, yes, there is a body of water that is known as Mission Bay, which feeds out into the Pacific Ocean. So from our campus, you can actually see great attractions such as Mission Bay, but also SeaWorld. So during the summer nights, especially, you know, pre-pandemic, you would be able to see nightly fireworks shows from our school, which is really cool. Now, as far as what we offer, we are known as a liberal arts school, which really aligns itself with that Catholic intellectual tradition. So how does this differ maybe from other schools, especially like public institutions that you might be eyeing? Well, there's a lot of overlap, honestly, but what's going to be different about the general education at USD, right? Because it really covers, you know, it covers a wide span of, you know, discipline to our theology and religious studies, right? We are a Catholic school, so that is something that every single student has to take if to fulfill graduation requirements at USD. 3 semesters of a foreign language is also required, at the college level. So that's very specific. So again, 3 semesters at the college level. We also require ethics, philosophy, literature, right? And so that's really going to make you stand out. You're going to have, such a wide breadth of education that regardless of what major you're pursuing at USD, wherever we drop you or wherever you find yourself in the world or whatever corporate setting or work setting that you find yourself in, you're going to be able to kind of pull from those things and, contribute to the team, right? I would say the big sell of the USD experience is, our small class sizes and engaged faculty, right? There's a personalized touch everywhere you go at USD. So 6,000 students, even though we're a mid-sized institution, there are a lot of resources for you as a student and more specifically as a transfer student. So as far as what our requirements are, we are fairly flexible in that our minimum our minimum requirements to apply to USD is a completion of 24 units and a 3.0 cumulative college GPA. For students who are just wanting to come to USD with that minimum, we ask that you prioritize college level algebra and first year writing. Now, if for most of our transfer students, they're coming in with, beyond that, typically at least 48 units and at least a 3.34 GPA. If you by chance don't have college algebra and English composition, already completed, that's not going to hurt your application. Again, the college algebra and English composition and literature requirement is specific, or we recommend taking both those courses if you're coming in with just 24 units, right? As early as 2017, so it's been, wow, 4 years now, a lot of our general education or core curriculum overlaps with IGETSI. So, if you're coming from a California community college and you're seeking the CSTs or UCs, a lot of that coursework is going to over what makes us unique as far as the general education requirement is concerned, like theology and religious studies and whatnot, that probably won't be something that you'll be coming in with prior to admission. So those are some unique requirements that you would have to fulfill at USD. As far as connecting with us, we have transfer information sessions that are held twice a month. And then we also take part in Transfer Tuesdays. In order to connect with me, here is my contact information. You can always reach me by email, but I also have my calendar available via Calendly. Feel free to make and schedule an appointment with me. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Pepperdine University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me today. Nice to see everyone. I am here representing the business school, Pepperdine University. It's Grazie a Dio, if you're wondering how to pronounce that. And we have a Bachelor's of Science in Management degree completion program that's within our grad school. So this is an undergrad program. It's a transfer program, but you will be able to participate with graduate professors, which is really unique. This is our Pepperdine campus. This is our Malibu campus that you would have access to, but this program specifically is housed at our West LA campus, which is in Playa Vista, right next to Culver City. It's a night class program. So for those of you that are non-traditional students and looking for an opportunity to continue to work or start a business or do something else during the day and you want to do school in the evenings, you'll be able to do that in LA and not have to fight traffic up to Malibu, although you can have access to that campus as well. And then the program is also offered online. So no matter where you live, if you want to stay where you are and do an online program in the evenings, that's convenient for you. This would be a program that would work well. We are WASC and AACSB accredited, so you'll be able to go into that master program or get the accreditation that you would like to get for your next steps in your career. We are a 2-year program, so we are looking for 60 transfer units to come in with. If you only have 30 at this time, we can begin working with you one-on-one and help you get ready to transfer in. We do have 3 starts a year, so as right when you have those 60 units, you can come in either in the fall, spring, or summer. We will do 60 more units once you're in, so 120 units total to get that Bachelor's of Science in Management. It's 15-week trimesters, which is really nice because you're going through those classes pretty quickly. And like I said, it's accessible for working individuals. These are the classes that we will need for you to come in with. Again, if you don't have these right away, we would love to begin working with you and help you pick out your classes in your community college or at another school to get ready to come in with. And I can do a planning summary for you to see exactly where you land with this. We also have transfer admissions guarantee. The only requirements are a 2.8 GPA or higher, 2 years of work experience, and that's also required for our program in general. So that can be any kind of work experience. It can be working in retail, it can be working in an office, it can be, we have students that are coming in with 20 years of work experience as well, and just wanting to go back to school to complete their degree. So you'll be with a diverse population in every way, and it's really great to learn from each other. So again, we have that transfer guarantee if you have the 60 units that we require, 2 years of work experience, and a 2.8 or higher. If you're following the AGETSI or the CSU, or you have an AA, then you'll be on track to transfer in. We do have an event tomorrow that I'll put in the chat that I'd love to invite you to. Our top professors are going to be speaking on incredible topics like what it's going to be like transitioning back into the workforce after COVID, you know, in this new normal that we're in, diversity and inclusion. So if you screenshot that slide right there, we would love to see you tomorrow. We also have trips, so you'll be able to travel and do an intensive all over the world for 1 week and get credit for it in the topics that you're interested in. And you will have access to our career and professional development from day one, which is a huge advantage. You can meet with them as many times as you'd like. They can introduce you to our corporate partners that are all over Los Angeles and all the various industries that are around California. And we have merit scholarships. So everyone that comes into our program will be considered for merit. We base it on undergrad GPA or the GPA you're transferring in with and your years of work experience. So some people will be getting up to 60% off of the program, which makes it equivalent to a state school. A lot of times people will shy away from private school or Pepperdine thinking that the price tag is too significant. And so we would love to talk it through with you and also provide other opportunities. Our application process is very straightforward. It's all online and we would love to work with you. Please feel free to screenshot this here and I can meet with you one-on-one. That's our Calendly link. These are my colleagues as well. And we can talk through the planning summary, next steps for you, what the community's like, invite you to an event and all that awesome good stuff. And we'd love to connect with you on Instagram. And thank you so much. I will put my information in the chat and I look forward to connecting with all of you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have St. Mary's College of California.
Great, thank you. I'm gonna share my screen here. All right, welcome everyone. My name is Craig Means. I'm the Associate Dean of Transfer Admissions at St. Mary's College. And I have with me co-worker Memphis Latchison, who is the Assistant Director of Transfer Recruitment and Veteran Specialist. So we are often referred to as the transfer team. So two of us really focus on the whole transfer admissions process. So we hope you'll reach out to us if questions come up. On the slide here, you see a picture of our campus. This doesn't do it justice, probably like a lot of our beautiful campuses, but I'm going to be skipping around to some of these slides here. We are located in Moraga, California. So if you're not familiar with Moraga, you can identify a city like Berkeley or San Francisco or Walnut Creek or some of those cities that we're close to. And so we're in the East Bay area up in Northern California. We really feel fortunate with the location that we have in terms of our campus is kind of nestled in the hills, at the base of the hills, but then easy access to get to places like Berkeley and San Francisco for cultural events. And then also close to places like the Silicon Valley with Google and Facebook. So a lot of great opportunities for internships and job opportunities and just ways to connect beyond the campus life. We are pretty intentional with our transfer student process here. For our undergraduate population, it's about 2,700 total undergraduate students, and about 23% of that population are transfer students. And like Andrew had mentioned it in his presentation, I really appreciate what he said about the makeup of transfer students, because I say the same thing. With that 23% of our transfer students, if you're someone who's thinking, am I going to be the only one in my situation, whether your journey was different, whether you went to 6 different schools or had a career before, probably not. It's a pretty diverse group of that 23% representation of transfer students. So we like to refer to ourselves as a transfer-friendly school because it's a very significant part of our population. We are a liberal arts college, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. We're also a Catholic LaSallian college. So a faith-based school, mission, value-based. But like some of the other schools mentioned, you do not have to be Catholic to go there. There's no required chapel or anything to go to. There are theology classes that are required as part of the liberal arts curriculum. But really that LaSallian is that mission is that branch or that order that we're connected with. So the LaSallian mission is a teaching order. So the focus is on inclusive community, social justice issues. I won't go into the whole history because I could spend 6 minutes alone just on the history of the LaSallian mission. But it is really trying to meet students where they're at. And there's a big service component that's attached to that mission. And so that's something that we pride ourselves on. And quite honestly, I guess to sum up the LaSallian mission, what you often hear at St. Mary's are the words enter to learn and leave to serve. So this notion that you're coming into the college obviously to learn, but then once you leave that college, that there's this want and maybe this desire to serve, but however you define it. So we don't define that for you. Gonna jump to some of the next slides in terms of our overall student body, as you can see here. And like Andrew had mentioned with USD, 54% of our students identify as non-Catholic. So I truly feel like anyone can feel comfortable coming to St. Mary's, no matter what faith they may be. If there's someone who's exploring their faith or doesn't practice any type of faith, we're not there to drive anything home and say this is the way you must believe. So it's a very diverse campus in terms of multiculturally. 31% of our students identify as first in their family to attend college or first generation. I'm going to jump next in terms of some other statistics. Average class size is 19. Student to professor ratio is 10-1. So a large class at St. Mary's would be about 25 students. So you really get to know your instructors know you on a personal level. I think that's one of the benefits to the smaller mid-sized schools and liberal arts curriculums. Really is, have faculty who are there to teach. Yes, our faculty do research. Yes, our faculty do publish, but our faculty are there to teach first. And there's a big difference in the learning process when you walk into a classroom and know that it exists, right? That it's not teachers' assistants teaching the classes or grad students. They're faculty members who are proficient in their profession or have had work experience in that field who are there to teach students. And so that's one of the things that I think is a real benefit to that liberal arts curriculum that we have. We have some unique requirements in terms of the makeup of our transfer students. When I said 23%, the vast majority of those students are coming from California community colleges as well. So about 75% of our students are coming from California community colleges, and 25% come from other four-year colleges and universities. And if you're taking UC transferable courses, those are the courses that are going to transfer to St. Mary's. So similar to IGETC, if you're following IGETC, a lot of those things, the courses are certainly going to transfer, but not all of them might be placed in the specific categories. So for example, all of our students take what's called collegiate seminar, which is a requirement that's critical thinking. It's a communication kind of participation-based course. And so no matter what major you are, every student takes that as kind of an introduction to the college, and it really sets the tone for, I think, a lot of our classes. So that's one of the specialty courses that is kind of outside that really normal I-GETC core model that a lot of students see. Again, we have a unique term called January term, so our students can take a class in the middle. It's kind of a condensed semester in January where you don't have to be limited to something in your major. As a matter of fact, you won't find things in your major. It's its own general education requirement, so it's not setting you back either. So it's an opportunity to explore, take something unique, take something different. You see some of the examples of the titles of the courses right there, right? So you could be a business major, take the science of cooking, and know that you just had a unique and a good experience, but you didn't mess up and damage your graduation plan because you should have been taking something in business. You're not going to find that. So really quickly, just a list of our majors right there, about 40 different types of majors. And then I just really want, for essence of time, want to go over the admissions requirements. So our requirements are, you need something that's happened with my slide projector here. Anyways, minimum 2.0 to for admissions, and then with 23 UC transferable academic units to get in. And we have admissions for fall, which is deadline of June 1st. And we also have spring admissions. So with that, I will leave it there. Thank you. And we hope to see you. And my information will be, you can find this at the end of the chat, but I'll put it into the chat as well if you want to contact myself from Memphis. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have University of San Francisco.
Hi, it says the host needs to enable my video.
It'll take a second, but you can still share your screen.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Well, thank you everyone for being here. My name is Natalie Moreira Ramirez. I'm one of the assistant directors of admissions here at the University of San Francisco. I am also an alumnus of the university. Oh, there you go. Hi. I'm also an alumnus of the university, and I'm here to share with you a little bit more about USF. It's in our name. We're in the city of San Francisco. We are right in the geographical center of the city. Oftentimes students think of San Francisco and they think downtown San Francisco, Powell Street, Union Square. That's excellent. We're a little bit closer to Golden Gate Park, if you know where that is in the city. We're about a 10 to 15 minute walk from there. And we have roughly about 6,500 undergraduate students. We are a private Jesuit Catholic university. And what that means, I know sometimes for many students, the first time that they're coming across the word Jesuit, what that means and what we hope students take away from that is that while you're here, however long we have you, whether it's 2 years, 3 years, however long we have a student, we really want a student to engage with the mission and values of our institution. And I love to share 3 of them. First of them is Cura Personalis. So we treat all of our students as whole as you are. So when you're coming to the university, we're not only focusing on your academics, focusing on students' development as a social being. For some, it could also be the development of their spirituality. For others, it could be being able to develop the development of a professional individual. So making sure that you network within your industry. We're ranked 4th as one of the most ethnic diverse colleges by US News Report Weekly. And when I talk about diversity, which is also another commitment as a Jesuit Catholic institution, it's very much represented in our student body. So that's 6,500 students that I mentioned earlier. We have students from 82 different countries, 49 different states. We have diversity not only of our students, but also of their experiences and their background. Although we are a Catholic university, we have about 21 different faith religions represented amongst our student body, 45 different spoken languages. And so for our students, this is also a preparation for what you're going to see living diverse. And so we want to make sure that our students are learning from one another. And I think especially in a time when we're hearing a lot about our divisions and how differences are dividing our nation, we really want to embody how our differences enriches everyone's education here at USF. We have 44 different majors that students may choose from, 70 different minors. I will name a top few. Number one, I would say for some of our transfer students is certainly our nursing program. We have a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. For students who are interested in this, There are, and it's shared at the bottom of the screen, there are a few particular admissions criteria that we have for the nursing program. As many nursing programs across the US, it's very competitive, so we want to make sure that we assist our students on their way to applying for this program. We have two campuses. We have the San Francisco Hilltop campus, and we also have our Sacramento campus. So I will be sharing after my presentation just a document that gives you a summary of both of those, but I would say nursing program is one of the top programs for transfer students, as is psychology, kinesiology, business. We have a wonderful school of management, and many other programs. We also do have a wonderful honors college for students that do want to have a little bit more of a rigorous curriculum, but also really have an enriching experience with taking a variety of different courses outside of their major. Our career services is available for all of our students. We really emphasize networking, and throughout your time here, however long we have you, we encourage students to have anywhere between 2 to 3 internships, and you're in the best place to do that in San Francisco, where we have a variety of thriving industries that our students can select from and gain some of that work experience prior to their graduation. Our classroom size, we'd love to have a little bit more intimacy with our students, and being able to have that quality education is with smaller classroom sizes. So our average classroom size is about 23 students. Student to faculty ratio is 13:1. And how do you apply to be a DON? So here at the University of San Francisco, our application is directly on our website. We're no longer on the Common Application, so you can go directly to usfca.edu. We have a very simple, straightforward application for our students. At the moment, of course, we're accepting unofficial transcripts. So if you cannot attain any of your transcripts from any of your previous institutions, no problem. Unofficial ones are perfect. For the criteria for admissions, minimum at least of a 24 transferable semester units or 36. If you have less than that, I love to emphasize to our students that we do work with students who fall below this criteria. So if you have a little bit less than that, please speak to us. We would love to work with you on that. For the nursing program, it is a very firm 30 credits. As we mentioned, very competitive. So we want to make sure that students have that fulfilled prior to their enrollment to the university. There's 4 prerequisite courses along with that nursing program that you must meet or have in progress when applying to the nursing, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. We have 2 deadlines. Certainly right now we're still accepting applications, even though our deadline for the fall has passed. If you're still considering fall semester, please feel free to contact us. We have on-spot admissions appointments, one-on-one appointments. If you're very ready to start the fall semester or perhaps next spring, you can have an appointment with one of our admissions counselors, roughly about 30 minutes, and you can leave the appointment knowing with some certainty where you stand in this admissions process, at least here with the University of San Francisco. The one-on-one admissions appointments, if you just need a little bit of advisement, maybe you're looking at local community colleges. We have over 60 different transfer articulation agreements with California community colleges. So if you want to take a look at that, we can always have a conversation and get you to where you need to be, whether it's 24 or 30 transferable units. And of course, if you have any questions, all of our admissions counselors here at the University of San Francisco work with our transfer student population, and we would be more than happy to assist you. A very exciting update is that this year, we are going to be able to guarantee transfer housing for our students. So if you've kept up to date with the university, you've noticed that we are opening up a brand new residence hall this fall, and we're excited to be able to say that we're going to guarantee first year of housing for transfer students if that's what you would wish. And we will be having our fall semester in person, as well as some hybrid components. So certainly that's another important factor for many students who are choosing to enroll either this year or the following year. And I will have my contact information in the slides, but if there's any questions, concerns, this is a QR code that you can scan, and that will take you to our website where you can get further information from our university. So we look forward to seeing some of your applications and speaking with some of you soon.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Mount St. Mary's University, Los Angeles.
Thank you, Christy. My name is Evelyn Ramirez. Hello, everyone. And I'm excited to be here today on behalf of Mount St. Mary's University, Los Angeles. At the undergraduate level, Mount St. Mary's University is an all-women's institution. Here at Mount St. Mary's, we are very confident in our ability to prepare and support our students academically, socially, professionally, through our strong liberal arts background and uplifting community. As you can see here on the screen, we have many accolades that speak to our commitment to students. So our commitment is guided by our mission statement. We as an institution are confident in our ability to support and help you grow as leaders in the field of your choice and in your communities. We are a small but mighty private Catholic liberal arts institution with approximately 1,542 students between both of our campuses. Although we are a Catholic university, we welcome students of all or no faiths, and we do not have any extracurricular or academic religious requirements. So as I mentioned previously, we have two campuses. Our Shillong campus houses the majority of our transfer students since it houses our upper division courses, but you have access to both facilities and services at both campuses. Here on the screen are the many majors that we offer. Highlighted in purple are our more popular majors such as biology, business administration, social work. Our average class size is 16. And if any of you are interested or planning on pursuing psychology or business administration and are considering graduate programs, we do offer cross enrollment while you're completing your bachelor's degree. So if you plan on pursuing a master's and are looking at continuing at Mount St. Mary's, you can receive units towards your degree while you're an undergraduate student. So our transfer requirements are a minimum of a 2.4 GPA and 24 transferable units. So units that are transferable at a CSU or UC, and transfers are admitted in the spring and fall. There are different pathways to MSMU, so we have our minimum requirements. If for some reason you have less than 24 units, all you need to do is submit your high school transcripts. We do offer 8 different associate degrees for transfers, and we also accept IGETC and CSU breath. Here you can see our various associate degrees for transfers. This guarantees that you graduate within 2 years. At Mount St. Mary's, 85% of our students receive need-based financial aid. All admitted students are considered for merit scholarships. And here you can see the cost of tuition and fees for the 2021-2022 academic year. Here on the screen are our awards and scholarships. So all admitted transfer students are eligible for our Dean's Transfer Award for $11,000. This past year, 3 of our transfer students actually received a music scholarship. So it was a full tuition scholarship. So as you can see here, there's many awards and scholarships that the Mount provides to support your education. So it's not too late to apply. We are still accepting applications for the fall semester. You can apply directly at msmu.edu. All we require is you submit the MSMU application, submit all official transcripts, 1 letter of recommendation, and a $50 application fee. We also have various opportunities for you to receive a fee waiver, so feel free to reach out. And then these are ways you can stay connected. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Evelyn Ramirez. This is my email where you can reach me at. We also have, this is my phone. And then we also have a live chat option on our website where you can ask away and one of our admission counselors will respond to you. I will be providing my contact information in the chat as well. Thank you.
You're on mute.
My computer's lag, sorry. Next we have Santa Clara University.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Paula Garcia, and I'm one of the associate directors at Santa Clara University. So happy to tell you a little bit more about our campus. This is a picture of Santa Clara University. If you've never visited us or don't know where we're located, we are located in the heart of Silicon Valley, in the Bay Area, about 45 minutes south of San Francisco, 45 minutes away from the closest beach being Santa Cruz. We are also centrally located in terms of all of the tech companies that are here in the Bay Area. If you've ever heard of Google, Apple, Lockheed Martin, Cisco, Facebook, they're all super close to our campus. And we really like to highlight them because it is where our students are actually interning and getting jobs. About 80% of our students have an internship within their 4 years. So that means that if you're looking for those opportunities, you want to work for one of these companies, you have that chance through resources such as the Career Center, as well as through your professors. Our professors at Santa Clara are not just scholars, they have worked in the industry as well, so they have those connections to connect with our students. Roughly 55% of our students are from California, 45% are from out of state, and they represent students from 49 states and 38 countries. So at Santa Clara, you'll be studying with students from different perspectives and different mindsets. The university itself is a Catholic Jesuit university. You, however, like the other colleges mentioned, you do not have to be Catholic to go to Santa Clara. Roughly 50% of our students report being Catholic, 50% are not. What it means to be a Jesuit institution is that we educate the whole student, mind, body, and spirit. And we want to create a world where we are educating citizens who can create a more humane, just, and sustainable world. As part of your core curriculum, you do have to take 3 religion courses, but they can vary in material. You do not have to focus on Catholicism. You can take theology of marriage, you can take Bad Girls of the Bible, you can take a class on Hinduism or Buddhism, whatever you want to study to fulfill that specific requirement, and that does still apply for our transfer students. We also offer programs in study abroad, immersion programs, and community-based learning. That's all part of your core curriculum here at Santa Clara. The university itself is considered a mid-sized school, a little bit more on the smaller range. So about 5,500 students total, with an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of about 23 students. That means that you will get to know your professors will get to know you by name. All classes are also taught by professors. There are no graduate students, no assistants teaching any of our classes. And we also are very happy about our retention rate here at the university. So overall, 95% of our first year students return on for their sophomore year. And that also includes for our transfer students. In terms of the application process, we are on the Common App. And when you apply to Santa Clara, you have to select which of the 3 schools you want to be a part of. Either the College of Arts and Sciences, where we have the most capacity, the Levy School of Business, which is the most popular area of study for our transfer students, or the School of Engineering, which is the most competitive program out of the 3. Roughly 15% of our student body is in the School of Engineering. So again, you know that you have to apply directly into one of those 3 schools, and you only have one single option to choose from. We're not going to be able to consider you for the other any of the other 2 schools. For our transfer students, I really want to highlight the transfer admission website for Santa Clara University. We have how-to videos on everything. We have a 5-step process on how to apply, what credits you need to come in with. We have actual transfer guides for every California community college. So that will guide you step by step. It tells you if you're taking this class at X school, this is how it transfers over to Santa Clara. This is how many units transfers over to Santa Clara. So it's very detailed. All of the information is on the website. That's why I really like to highlight it, because I feel like 99% of your questions will probably be answered on that website. Things like credits. So if you are looking to transfer, believe it or not, the minimum credits you have to take to transfer to Santa Clara are 8 semester units or 12 quarter units. However, to be a stronger competitive applicant, I would highly suggest that you take a little bit more than that. Again, especially for business and engineering, and you can see the breakdown of the classes that we are asking you to take all on the website. Overall, our transfer students who are successful at Santa Clara, who are successful applicants, tend to have about a 3.3 to a 3.5 GPA. So also fairly strong with that regard. But we really want to be able to see a kind of holistic review of your application and see what else you're involved in when you submit that. So if there are any questions, again, feel free to go to the website. You can learn more about the transfer process there. And then I will end it short and brief. If you have additional questions, you can go to admission@scu.edu. That's where you can contact us to learn more about our process. You can connect with us on any of our social media accounts as well. So thanks, guys. And I will put my information in the chat box as well.
Great, thank you. If I could have all of our panelists come back onto the screen. We're going to go in the same order that you presented. And if you could answer this question, what advice would you give someone going through the transfer process?
So I think my biggest piece of advice would be to not overthink the process. So to not be afraid of reaching out to the Office of Undergraduate Admission at whatever school that you're applying to. Oftentimes, there's, options to meet with admission counselors or options to attend like information sessions related to that would address your needs or address your concerns. A lot of four-year schools also have like transfer specific days where you can like open days where you can come on campus, maybe have lunch, meet with faculty, and get all your admission related issues kind of sorted out. I know that it can be kind of an intimidating process, but again, there are resources out there that most four-year schools have to really meet you where you are.
Great advice. Yeah, I would just say don't count any school out. If you're only thinking that you can go one way because that's what you've seen or, for whatever reasons, look at all the private schools as well. Look at what different programs there are and try not to like count anything out for any practical reasons because there's usually, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, I'd say with the diversity of the transfer student population in general, especially in California, is don't beat yourself up over the journey. Look at a wide variety of schools, but I see so many students who, worry about, I went to 4 different schools, or it's going to take me 6 years. And in the end, when you finish, doesn't matter how long you took, and oftentimes doesn't necessarily matter what you major in, right? As long as you're pursuing and following that along. And I'd encourage you to really research the schools that you're looking at, because all of us represent, we are our private colleges, but we're independent colleges and we're uniquely different in our requirements as well. And try to go to the campuses and sign up for transcript evaluations to really have a look and have your transcripts evaluated from the counselors in the admissions office.
Definitely. Likewise, like how Andrew has said, and Craig and Bree, please reach out to your admissions team. We are here to support you in anything that we can, whether that is bridging the connection with you and a faculty member, you and a current student, a student who has already gone through the transfer process, a student organization. I think the more perspectives you can gain about the university, the better suited you are going to be when you come to make that decision of where you're going to call home for the next X amount of years. And certainly also my second recommendation would be to make sure that you understand your financial aid and how your credits transfer over. I think I've seen a few too many times that students rush to make that deposit and then look at their credits. And I think it's extremely important for students to really make sure that you spend your time looking those over. And if you don't understand that, then reach out to your admissions team to make sure that you're understanding how your credits are transferring to our
Yes, I just want to echo everything my colleagues have shared here. Ask away and connect. This journey is about you. So get your questions answered, because at the end of the day, it's where you feel the most at home, where you see yourself accomplishing your goals, and where you feel the most supported. So connect with us, connect with current students, because that's ultimately going to help you.
Yeah, going last, I would just say ditto to everything that everyone has said already. Connect with us and also do your research, right? Very important that you know where you want to go, what you want to study, just what kind of school we are. Mhm.
All right, I think all fantastic advice. The one last plug I like to give is please reach out to these folks, grab their contact information from the chat, or if you're watching this recording, you can grab from the chat or from the video as well, if you have not already done that. This is what they do. They are the experts. They are here to make sure that you are a right fit and guide you along the way. So if you are here live with us, when you leave, there is going to be a 4-question survey that we appreciate you filling out. You can sign up for more sessions in the future. And again, all of these, including this one, but all of them are going to be found on our website, where you can watch, listen, and access anything that was put into the chat. Thank you again to our experts, to our panelists, and thank you to those watching live or watching this recording. Best of luck, stay safe, stay well, and have a good evening.